Freddy and Juan revolutionized Levy's mine with bold blasting fix and vintage spiral tech in one of their most ambitious overhauls to date mining. Fixers Freddy Dodge and Juanibar have taken on the daunting challenge of revitalizing Levy's struggling gold operation, and they're doing it with explosive innovation both literally and figuratively buried deep in the mountains, and riddled with operational bottlenecks. Levy's mine had been teetering on the edge of collapse. Transportation of gold-bearing ore required navigating a dangerous and time-consuming 180 feet haul down a treacherous road, but Freddy and Juan saw potential and wasted no time engineering a plan to streamline production, boost throughput, and dramatically improve gold recovery. Their first major fix: replace brute force hauling with a smart, gravity-fed delivery system. A high-velocity electronic blasting system will now break up the dense ore directly from Levy's hard rock vein. Instead of driving truckloads down hazardous paths, the material will flow through a 4-in piped, stretching from a jaw crusher on level 3 to mill on level 2, revolutionizing the entire transportation process. We want to streamline the whole operation, One explained during a pitch to Levi and Corey. If we can get your production up 200, 300, even 400%, the small losses for material carryover won't even matter to catch the initial wave of free gold. The team introduced a custom-milled SLE box, a riffleless collection system designed to reduce loss and increase efficiency. But that wasn't the only addition. Freddy and Juan also sourced a piece of vintage mining equipment that could tip the scales entirely in Levy's favor: an 80-year-old concentrating spiral invented in 1943 by Ira B. Humphreys. Spiral concentrators were widely used throughout the mid-century but have since fallen out of favor. Using centrifugal force and water, the spiral separates heavy gold from lighter waste. As slurry swirls downward, gold clings to the inner edge while tailings are swept outward and discarded. The gold then drops into collection ports, ready for processing. One tracked down a rare set of these relics in Washington state. Though covered in decades of rust and grime, the cast iron spirals were structurally sound and brimming with promise. They're heavy, one said with a grin, but they probably collected a lot of gold over the years. Back at their workshop, Freddy and Alex began refurbishing the spiral. There were about 9,400 of these made, Alex noted, and most of them, according to the internet, are still in use today. Freddy chuckled. Don't believe everything you read online. The restoration wasn't without challenges. Decades of built-up sediment, block critical piping, and the internal rubber lining had collapsed. Freddy ultimately had to torch out the debris using a 5,700 degrees Fahrenheit oxine blowtorch. We're giving it a colonoscopy, he joked, hammer in hand. Eventually, the spiral was cleaned, repainted, stabilized with a custom wooden base, and ready for reinstallation. Once installed, the team held their breath and started the system. Material from the jaw crusher flowed flawlessly through the pipe and into the SLE box. Freddy and Juan carefully panned the tailings, searching for missed gold, and found nothing. It was the result they'd hoped for. This is my third pan off the end of the SLE, Freddy reported. Not one speck of gold. That means it's doing its job. More importantly, the spiral concentrator was working perfectly with equipment in sync. Levi and Corey saw immediate results. The amount of gold recovered in a single run was visibly higher than before. Where they once struggled to fill a pan, they now had a measurable, weightable amount. We probably ran 500 pounds of material today, Levi noted, up from their previous 150, and honestly, I think we can turn it up even more. Their gold take confirmed the transformation with increased throughput and improved recovery. They now had 0.7 ohms in a single run, valued at $160, a 50-fold increase compared to previous efforts. Over the course of 6 days, Levi and Corey process enough material to yield 1.68 ohms, valued at $3,864. marking a staggering 233% boost. In plant throughput, even more exciting. They're now on track to meet and possibly exceed their goal of 3 ounces per week. Beyond the numbers, it was the efficiency of the fix that impressed everyone. It's just beautiful watching it run. Freddy said everything's working like it's supposed to. Looking ahead, the duo plans to continue pushing the limits. We might be able to get 0.7 ounces in an hour at this rate, Corey estimated, especially if we keep feeding that hammer mill consistently more material in, more gold out. That's the philosophy now driving Levy's revitalized operation, and with Freddy and Juan's game-changing intervention, the mine is no longer fighting to survive, its position to thrive. Freddy summed it up best: it's always something, but when it works, it